Welcome back to the 5 and 5 challenge. It is year 3. We're in the middle of it right now. It is April. We're just feeding the cattle right now, the little bit of TMR that we have left. And that should do it. Last episode, we had some issues with the mixer, and I played around with it a lot more than I really wanted to. So what I've decided is we're gonna get rid of this. And there is a good amount of stuff in here. We have 37,000 liters of straw and about 22,000 liters of hay. And some of this silage over here is still fermenting, but I want to get through all the hay and straw that's in here, or as close as I can before I make that change. So we just need some of that to turn, mix it, and then we'll get rid of it. And we'll probably go with something like this PF2.24 plus. It holds 24,000 liters, it looks like, and it's $55,000. So roughly about the same amount that we were spending on the mixer itself, which was $50,000. So that is the main task that we have going on right now. I'm gonna get this washed up. The other things we wanna get taken care of in this episode is, just the daily chores, making sure the goats have enough food. So we're gonna cut another field and create another field, but we're gonna turn that into grass bales this time and store it over by the goats. We also need to, sell a little bit of our lumber that's building up and get some storage for all the products coming from the dairy. But we also have to make sure we're keeping the dairy fed. So we're gonna move some pallets right now. We got a little bit of milk that generated. There's 1,000 liters in this one here. And a good amount of lumber we need to get stacked on the trailer because there's something used that I have my eyes on. And getting enough money to be able to afford that item that's on the used market is gonna be my #1 priority right now. So I'm gonna get all of these stacked up here, try to get them as good as possible. Should be able to fit them all. We've been having to stack them pretty high because this sawmill is doing a great job producing goods for us. We also did a lot of talks about potentially buying a planter, and I still think that would be wise to be able to get a variety of crop types going. I really do want to do soybeans. I feel like it is a nice financial crop, as well as I believe it's sorghum that we can do with the planter, or canola. I always get those two mixed up. But the additional crop types that are available to us by getting a planter are just so tempting to me to really help speed up our progress on a few things. Just got to get these strapped in and get the rest of them loaded, and we'll go see how much money we made. I feel like today's got to be the day that we finally slow down on purchasing things, though. But we still have to get the essentials and everything that we need to finish this challenge and set ourselves up for success. But today we're going to hit pretty much the halfway point where we'll be 2.5 years through this challenge. And if we aren't making a profit by then, I feel like we're putting ourselves in jeopardy to actually succeed on this challenge. And here we are to see what kind of money it's gonna bring in today. 62,000, that's gonna put us really close. Let's head to the store, see if that item that I am hiding from you guys is still available for us to purchase. And it appears to be. For $67,000. This is a piece of equipment that we don't necessarily need, but I would absolutely love to have a telehandler to move pallets around and feed the water buffalo. I think it would be very, I just like it, guys. I think I handle bales and pallets a lot better with a telehandler. But that also means we have to get some attachments for it. And I think to start with, we will just do the pallet fork for $2,000. Now, this does mean that we're gonna have a little bit of a shortage on funds to buy a planter and the feed mixture. So we will do that after the silage ferments. And we'll most likely use it over by the cattle first, the water buffalo. So I'll head that way with it, and that's where it'll stay for now. And just cruising on up here to get an idea of how much we're gonna enjoy this thing. Yeah, I've been able to snag 2 bales pretty easily with it, and I'm not gonna put them in yet because they are still grass, but I did want to just kind of, see how I like it. And it'll be nice because we have that the food mixer. We can just lift them up, drop them in, kind of hold it over it real easily, while we're only letting a certain percentage of the bale in. But let's go ahead and put that down for here right now. These are 73% fermenting, so it'll be a couple hours still. So I think the next thing on our task list is to see how our fields are doing. And taking a look at the new oat field, it does show that it needs rolled and it needs lime. which is interesting. I thought we did that. Looks like I missed a step. We'll have to remember that next time, but that's good. That's why we should be double checking everything we're doing. The weeds did not grow, so using that weeder after planting definitely took care of that. On this other field over here, we did the weeding the next day, which took care of the weeds as well, but I think it's a nice process to get used to take care of them right after planting. Yeah, and the canola's growing good, so sorghum is the other crop type that I want to plant along with soybeans that we need a planter for. But you see here, 100% fertilized, 95% yield bonus, just needs rolled, which we won't be doing. Growing pretty good. And looking at the growth phase, they do appear to be, are they the same color? It looks like they're a similar color. They'll be close to when they're ready to harvest at the same time. Now this field here, I'm undecided. I'll probably plant something just to do it, but yeah, I'm not excited about that. And I do have the mower set up because the goats' food is getting a little low, so that'll be on our priority list right now to start cutting what's gonna be our newest field, our next field that we're gonna generate and create here. And we're gonna turn those into grass bales just to feed the goats. And if you remember from a few episodes ago, we did this road layout here to help me separate these fields and create unique designs for them. So we're gonna go with this one directly to the west of the oat field and get a decent outline cut of it and see how many bales we can get from that. I'm a little sad that some of these areas weren't as thick as they could have been when it comes to cutting the grass. So some of the areas were pretty bald when it cut it, and we didn't get any grass to drop. So we'll see how many bales we get out of it. It should be fine. We should get plenty for the goats. We have plenty of other areas that we could cut if, things got bad enough and we needed more bales, but it's time to make sure this is configured correctly. I believe we have the wraps shut off right now, so this should just finish this bale and drop it for us. Yeah, it did not wrap it. Perfect. That's what we needed. And there's a special offer on a John Deere 7810. Fight the temptation, Chris. Let's get this baling done. We do have a little bit of rain in the forecast here, but we've gotten the goats enough feed for approximately 12 to 18 months. So that should be well more than we need for now. And we can focus on just making money off of the land directly. We're indirectly making money by feeding the goats. So the next thing on my list is going to be to cultivate this field, get it limed, and then we're going to check on the silage again, because I think at that point it'll be ready. But we got to get this lowered and activated, and we'll just cruise around here. Hopefully this rain doesn't get too bad and it doesn't get too muddy around here. But getting another field created feels really good. And get these connected here, and I want to take a look in the sky and just see what kind of shape we got going. Yeah, it matches the road layout that we did, and you can kind of see what the next field's going to look like. Again, we're not decided exactly what we're going to do with that area. But enough admiring our work. We gotta stay busy. Well, the rain has not let up, but it's a little later than I was hoping we got this done. But the good thing about that is the silage should be ready to sell. But first we're gonna get that mixer production a little bit more silage so it can start producing a little more TMR while we still have it. Stick with that plan we talked about with burning through the goods that are stuck in it right now before we demolish it. And this field is all done. We're gonna get a worker going on liming it for us while I focus on getting the silage moved over to the feed mixer and selling the silage that we're comfortable with selling. And that should help us keep making progress on here. And then after we sell that silage, we're gonna look at planters, and we're super close to not buying anything anymore except for the TMR mixer and potentially an upgraded seeder, but I'm still not completely convinced that I need that yet. Just looking at the one we have, it is only 3 meters. It would be nice to have something larger, but we're running out of time. We can always have a worker help us with that, and it makes the pain a little easier to deal with. I'm gonna take the case Puma with me because we're gonna move the bales with it, the ones we sell, but we will use the Merlot to repopulate the silage in the feed mixer. All right, let's see how these are looking. Looks pretty good to me. This one's still 99%. All right, let's get that one in there. That'll get the production back up and running. Yeah, 3,500. I'm not sure exactly how much TMR this will turn into. It's got to be close to, I don't know, 5,000. Oh man, this thing's so picky. Will that take it? Not even gonna take these unwrapped, huh? Yeah, there's something majorly wrong. Let's see if some of these are done. We're gonna use super strength to abuse it real quick. Yeah, and see if it'll take these unwrapped ones. I was trying to role play wrapping or unwrapping them and then dropping them in there. Yeah, maybe it's my game, something corrupt with my save file. I'm guessing mod conflicts or something's causing this, because this is just weird that it was taking them for a little bit. Also, I'm gonna exit the game and make sure I don't have my broken version that I tried to fix installed right now. Not looking super promising. Let's try this again. Yeah, I'm not convinced that there isn't a mod conflict or something causing these issues. It's just beyond bizarre to me. But we have all of this saved up. We'll guess switch to selling silage so we can get money to get an actual feed mixer in here. We have plenty of capacity right now since we only have 8 water buffalo, but eventually that's going to become a problem, and I want to get it resolved sooner than later. I don't think I'll be too stressed about losing what's in the silo. We can recover from that. No need to cheat in any resources. Though straw, I guess we could make TMR without straw, so we can always make hay on the fly as well instantly. So silage is always the thing that takes the most time if you're not taking straw into account there, because you do have to have the crop grow, harvest the crop, bale the straw. You know what I mean. All right, well, we're gonna get all this sold, hoping it's around $150,000, $160,000, and we can get a planter and the TMR mixer. We'll get reimbursed for the TMR mixer eventually, but we do have to buy it first. Well, we'll get reimbursed for most of it. And before we load these, just gonna scan, see if I do see any that say 99% still. Yep, there's one there. That's good that we checked. So I just need a little bit more time to pass before I'm comfortable moving. Oh my goodness, there's so many. All right, I'll see you in a little bit with a financial update. And before we sell everything and I give you that update, we're gonna buy 4 bags of lime, go pick up said lime and get this worker started on that field. Hopefully 10,000 liters is enough, but there they go. So while I was driving back and forth, was thinking about the things that we still need, and an upgraded trailer would be nice to move goods, but we could use this one. The big missing piece for me after the planter and maybe an upgraded seeder is gonna be a silo. Or some bins, something to be able to store our grain in and not have to sell it right away so we can get tip-top price for those. So something to think about. But we are sitting at $212,000. It's time to do a little bit of shopping. Okay, time to browse the catalog, see what's good. And we'll start out with the absolute essential. We did talk about the PF224. And I spent some time over the last few days going back and forth between the Maxima here and the Maestro. So what we have here is fertilized unit comes on it, but this one requires cultivation. This one does too. See, is there any that are direct drills. No yeah, all the way up to the Kenzie here to get a direct drill. So that's not something that we'll take into consideration, but we will take size into consideration here, where we get 6.7 here, but no fertilization. But this one can be upgraded to have the fertilization for $70,000. This one comes with it, and it's $59,000. And then we could go with the same one we have on Riverbed and Springs, but I don't want to do that. So I think I am going to go with saving money and losing about a meter worth of width and go with the Maxima. I think that would be wise. In combinations, we could add the extension to it to get more capacity, but I think we'll start with just this. And if that becomes an issue, is that required? Oh, that might be required. If that's the case, we'll just go with this one. Front weight might be needed, but I don't think it's gonna be, but we do want to have the fertilization distribution unit. So $70,000. We'll go ahead and buy it. So we spent $125,000. We're down to $86,000. A silo is, probably the only thing else that we require. We have some seeds, so we're good with that. And I'm just gonna put this on the front so I can take both of these home right now. Okay, we're gonna drop this in this vicinity for now. We'll come back and try it. Oh, that's the wrong thing. We'll come back and try it out in a little bit. I did get some seed preloaded in this, so I guess now we can switch that to put it on the back. Didn't we buy the fertilization distribution unit? So then that means we need to buy this for the fertilizer to go in. I've never used these setups, so sorry if I'm a little mistaken there, but we'll go with this for now. We can buy that upgrade later on, though. It was only $18,000, and we'll get 2 steps done at once. It looks like they are done with the lime. They had enough. Yeah, I think we are gonna go back to the store and do that. Not gonna lie, it's pretty slick looking together. And it looks like there's just a little spot that they missed when they ran out here. We'll live with it. And we're not in desperate need for any type of crop to be done anytime soon. So I thought, might as well go with soybeans, even though they take a little longer than some other crops. But gosh, 9 miles an hour, this is pretty slick. This will be ideal. So we'll just drive around till all of this white stuff's gone and we get the soybeans in the ground. So it was nice to be able to plant without guided steering and the steering assist, but it's time to feed the cattle. So I'm gonna get a hay bale here. We'll start with 1 and see how the ratio works on this mixer. I haven't used it before in 25. I assume it's the same as 22, but I don't remember the combination. So the help menu should help us here. We'll get this open and just drop in a hay bale. Probably do the whole thing, grab a silage bale next, and go from there. Well, let's unwrap this because it feels dirty. Well, it has the other wrap on it. Can I get that off? Nope. Okay. Well, I guess we're putting it in this way. I was going to say it feels dirty to put in a wrapped bale into a feed mixer. But let's get this attached and drop it in and see where we're sitting. I don't know how many we're going to need. So we'll slowly make this first mixture and we'll figure it out over time. But let's just drop this in here. Let go, please. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So that's 8,000 liters. So there's a little more hay than silage in those bales. So that gives us a good runway with hay, but it is total mixed ration. So we do know we can make that without adding any straw. But straw makes it a little, cheaper, a little better for the cows to have a good mixture of everything. All right, so I think after adding one hay and one silage, we're gonna grab another hay bale. We'll put that in. We'll put a silage bale in, and then we'll put some hay or some straw and see how that works. I wanna use the majority hay here because silage is so expensive. So we'll get that going. And with 2 hay bales and 2 silage bales, we're gonna go grab one of these straws. And then whatever the percentage is left, I'm kind of hoping that we can just put hay in or even straw so we can just get away with only 2 silage bales per mix. Would be nice. So we'll see what the percentage is sitting at after this. This one is a partial bale though. It has only 4,800 liters on it. So that's one that we apparently got a little bit to go into the production. But it looks like it will take all of this. So let's just keep it lowered. Let it go. All right. So it's still TMR. We didn't put too much straw in there, but straw was getting pretty close to the top of the chart there of what it can be. 87%. Yeah, I think we can fit just hay the rest of the way. And grabbing the 3rd hay bale for the mix. And I don't think all of this will fit, but if it does, that would be nice. Let's see what happens here. 4,500 left in this bale. Just tip it over here, start emptying it. Oh, nope, you get it a little bit lower. Oh, there we go. It's going down, and when is it gonna stop? 1,300 liters left in that bale. All right. That should be a pretty good mixture. We didn't use too much silage. Probably could have got away with a little less, but we're somewhat short on hay right now, so we'll just get them fed. Yeah, we're getting the fertilizer put down, and it's going pretty good so far. We got 1,500 liters left. We should... Why don't they have their lights on over there? Oh, it just wasn't in render view. But yeah, this is the last thing to get done in April. We'll make it May, and we'll continue on with our progress on the 5 years, $5 million challenge. Before being able to make it May, I did have to collect some wood, so we've done a couple runs so far. It was completely out of lumber, so this should help us get back in business. Just been sneaking in this direction due to the fancy fences being in the way. See, we're at 4,200 liters of wood right now, and now we're at 12,000. I gotta do a little bit more. A little more grind. And just being a little proactive here, we're gonna move a little bit of food over for the goats, and then we're going to check on the milk for the water buffalo. I do need to move around the milk over here. Oh no, the Mack truck's for sale. I didn't want to see that. Didn't want to see that. Oh, that's good lighting here in May at 5 a.m. Let's go check on see if it's even worth getting the milk today. May showers. I guess it's April showers, right? All right, let's see. Not even 500 liters yet, so we'll leave it there. Let's see how their food's doing. They barely touched it. They barely touched it overnight. It was only about 6 hours, but I think we're good. So we're gonna go move the goat milk around and probably move a little bit of the goat cheese around too, just to give it some room to spawn. I never did the math to figure out if we're producing too much goat milk for the one production, but I think we're gonna have to live with it because I don't think it's gonna be really worth spending $210,000 on another production, especially when it takes about 2 years just to break even on that. But it seems like it's about 2,400 a month we're producing. So whenever I stop being lazy, I'll do that math. And I think we will sell the lumber in June. Oh, look at that beautiful pattern for me planting. And yes, the worker is gonna spray the fertilizer on the soybeans. And let's double check all of our fields before we get too far ahead in May. Yeah, this is the only one that needs fertilizer. We could go slap some right there too. Weeds look good. Lime, we know we forgot to lime this one. Everything else we don't really concern with. Growth stage does show that this field will grow in first, which is gonna be our oats will come in first. That makes sense. Then the canola and then the soybeans. We still need to figure out what we want to do with this field. And being that we saw how slow They're going through the TMR right now. We're gonna make some more silage while we cut out the outline of this new field over here. And boy, are we gonna be able to work in this fog. This area looks great for grass too. I'm excited about that. Let's go ahead and lower these, get them both activated and fired up, and away we go. And this will complete our new field layout. Gosh, I cannot see. Oh, no grass back here at all, huh? Wow, okay, well, we're cutting the layout either way, or the outline either way, and creating the new field, so we'll just continue on. And we'll chat in a little bit. Man, this fog is getting worse. It's intense. What about first person here? Yeah, it's still pretty bad. Craziness. Good feature, I love it. I love fog, especially like games like Minecraft. Oh, I would love my builds having fog in them. Just that fog behind it. Looks great. Just looks so real. Those trees in the background with the fog. I love it. Moving on. And this one's all cut. Tempted to wait the fog out to pick up the grass, but I don't think that would be the best idea. Got a lot that we got to get taken care of. Got to keep making progress. And this will be needed in June over here, so we will drop it off. Need to get some pressure washing going on it. Sorry, windrower. And we'll top off on some bale wrap while we're over here. There we go. Buy some netting when we need it. And I'm hoping this is a pretty good payday. We'll know that before this episode's over, since we will be wrapping it in May. We'll definitely get through June at minimum on this episode. And away we go. Let's shoot for a nice number here. Let's do a nice guess. I'm gonna say we get 20 bales. See what happens. Counter is reset to 0. We'll see what it looks like at the end. Oh, that one's not going to get wrapped, is it? Okay, we also forgot to do that. So we'll have one grass bale here. And it is Control-Alt to turn that back on. All is fine. Well, we've blown away that total of 20. We're working on our 33rd bale right now. So I think we've done pretty good with this new field. And we will get a 34th bale. All done. Not bad. We'll get these moved, get the cultivator back out here. And on to the next step and making our final farm, our final field. Yeah, it's been way too long since we've cleaned this. We got to get it sprayed down. Got 48% damage on the case already. We're going to have to do some maintenance on it soon. But this should help delay that a little bit. The undercarriage real good. We don't want anything to get collected down there and turn into rust. Looking good. Nice and shiny. So what we're going to do is we have all of those sitting there turning into silage. I'm going to pick these up and sell them. There's no reason to keep them right now. They're just kind of sitting here waiting to be used, and we know we're not going to go through that much silage that quickly. Grab this one too, so we'll get these 24 sold and get that account looking a little bit prettier. And luckily we have until probably July before we really need to worry about that silo. Let's double check. Yeah, it's not the darkest green yet, I don't believe. So we should have 2 more months before we have to harvest that, and that's when we would want to worry about a silo, unless oats are at a good price in July, which they are not. They would be at their worst. It is nice to see a bunch of fields around here and crops growing. Loving this decision. So time to make another one. $121,000 though. We're on our way. We are on our way. We'll do the same as last one. We'll get this outline done and show you. And there it is. The 4th of the new fields. Looking good. Again, we probably should do something with that just to make some money. All right, time to finish cultivating this, and we'll get some lime down. And it's still super early in May, so we should be able to get all the way through getting this thing planted and weeded today. And the last little strip here, and we'll have to take a little bit of a detour because we need some fuel. And since we have to do these in sequential order and we need to buy a lot more lime, I think I will grab the spreader. I did finish the extra little area that needed fertilizer on the field to our right. But we'll grab the spreader, head to the store, get some fuel, and fill that thing up with lime and keep progressing on this new field. It seems like the top priority would be getting some fuel in here, so we'll go ahead and do that. While that's reloading, we'll hop in the store, and yeah, nothing there that we want to spend our money on. I mean, we want to, but we shouldn't. I'm gonna buy enough to give us 12,000 liters. Only 2,700 bucks. That's not terrible. And diesel cost is going to be just under 600 bucks, 531. Looks like it'll hold one more, so I'm going to buy it just in case. It looks like 14,000 is the capacity, so good to know. We can just do that every time we run out. Be around $3,000. All the different field colors. I just love it. Everything looks so unique. Get far enough over. All right. Get the lime job done. So the John Deere has 190 horsepower and this cultivator requires that, but do you think it can actually pull it off on this climb if I have a worker do it on the old oat field? I think it's gonna struggle, but especially needing maintenance and needing some, well, fuel, it doesn't matter, but it does need some maintenance. So maybe we'll drop this off and then go to the store, do maintenance, come back and try it out. And then we can get this field potentially planted today too. But we're burning through some money, but we got to do it. $4,000 to repair it. And then more money on diesel, another $409. This thing's infested with weeds too. All right, selfishly, I have no interest in cultivating this field myself, so we'll pay some money for it. I do love seeing that barn out there, the cow barn from the distance, those trees in the meadow. I like the way it turned out. Lime all applied. Next step, figure out what we want to plant. We're gonna go with sorghum, and I want to see how this worker's doing while we go pick up some seeds. It looks like they're rocking it over there. Yeah, they're handling it fine. So we got another tractor that can help us with cultivation. That's good to know. Oh yeah, they've already done that top part, doing the headland right now. Excellent. We should have some more seed over here. We are out of fertilizer right now. I think 76% of this should be good enough. Let's get this topped off, and hopefully we might have to come back, but 630 is going to be close on that field. I think we had about 86 liters left when we did the last field, so unless there's a lot lower seed rate on sorghum than there is soybeans, we'll probably be coming back for more seed. Alrighty. Sorghum going in the ground. 9 miles an hour, not too bad. Feels pretty good speed-wise, and the seed rate seems to be pretty slow, so it might work out here.
Even when my teardrops start to dry, even when the sun begins to shine again, I'm taking all the advice there is and none of it has helped. Experience has made me realize that on empty words. Being so damn naive, it only hurts. I'm so tired of love songs like never turns out the way they do. I've been trying for so long, looking for someone who wants me to. I've heard every cliche there is and none of them make sense. I'm so tired of love songs. I'm sick and tired of love songs. I'm so tired of how I used to be. I always thought that love was made for me. Oh well, I was just as blue-eyed as the sky could ever be. Loving you has made me realize I'm so tired of love songs like never turns out the way they do. I've been trying for so long, looking for someone who wants me to. I've heard every cliche there is and none of them make sense. I'm so tired of love songs. I'm sick and tired of love songs. I'm so tired of you. I'm so tired of you. I'm so tired of you. I'm so tired of love songs. Sick and tired of love songs. Even when my teardrops start to dry, and even when the sun begins to shine again, I've taken all the advice there is and none of it has helped. I'm so tired of love songs, sick and tired of love songs. I'm so tired of you.
You know, pretty deep into this episode, almost done planting the sorghum here. I wanted to throw a little community update out there and just kind of invite you all to join the Discord if you haven't already. The link's in the description. It's on the homepage of the YouTube channel. You have a pretty decent community, trying to get it a little more active and, you know, just help each other out. We're trying to find mods, trying to debug issues in the game. A lot of people have been DMing me directly about that, but the best course of action is to just post a message in Discord in one of our farming sim channels, and somebody on the channel might be able to help you if I'm not available to chat with you. I try to respond to a lot of people, but, you know, it gets a little overwhelming sometimes. But yeah, I just wanted to throw a little blast out there. I don't publicize it very often, but take a look in the description for the Discord. Eventually, we might get a community server going right now, but I do not have a partnership with any of the hosting companies at the moment, so funding that has been low priority for me, unfortunately. But we're all done with the sorghum planting. Got to get some fertilizer put down on the soon-to-be barley field that I started on the old oat field, and we'd like to get the weeder on this today, so I think we'll do that, and then we will have a worker do the weeding, and I'll grab the John Deere, see if it's finished planting barley to get the fertilizer. We do need to buy more of that. I don't think the 532 liters in here would be beneficial to use right now, so in the spreader. So I think we'll just go buy more. It'd be beneficial, it just wouldn't be enough. It's gonna be a little bit before we have to use the planter again, so we'll just make sure it's all taken care of and set here. We'll need to get it cleaned eventually. Gosh, the front weight might be beneficial. It feels like the front is lifting a little bit right now, but I don't think it does when it unfolds. I think it balances out the weight a little bit better. Yeah, it spreads it out, but we'll let them do their thing, and we need to check on the John Deere. Making good progress over here. I do not want to interrupt them, so we'll grab the other tractor to go get that fertilizer. Well, we know it holds 14,000 liters. Do we want to buy that much fertilizer right now? How much would that cost? Like, we'd have to buy 8 for 13,000. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. 15,000. So these are going to be our biggest costs. It would be nice to figure out if we could start using slurry for this. So that would be another expense, but it would end up saving us money. Like, let's look at that right now. So 102,000 here. What does this do? 15 meter width. Holds only 8,000 combinations. So this would be 30. So this right here, gosh, that would be awesome. I don't know if I want to spend that much money on that. Looks like it does liquid lime too. Oh, so 60,000 for this, and then we could add a 21 meter. Interesting, the attachment. So 60,000 plus 69,000, or we could go with 7 meters. That just doesn't seem fun. Let's see how that's producing over there. Right now we have 5,900. So yeah, we need to get more buffalo. We do need to get more buffalo soon. We're not gonna stop spending money, are we, guys? Gotta start making more than we're spending, though. Just with the fertilizer, only if we... Okay, so thinking through this, the only way that that's actually profitable for us is if we do it soon. And we need to produce more slurry, enough to be able to do all of our fertilizer with it. So we'd have to spend money on water buffalo, which in turn would give us more milk, but we'd have to do more feed. It's like a balancing act, right? Like right now, I personally think if we just stopped buying stuff and just kept dealing with what we're doing, we'd probably make it. But like the hidden secret right now is I'm ready to just start busting in the income and see how much before 5 years we can do this. But I'm also trying to balance enjoying it and not just making everything super tedious. So them's the challenges. See how close they are to being done. I don't know if I want to do this first or wait till they're done. So they're close, just the 2 headlands, it looks like. Working good over here. Yeah, I think they just do this outskirt here, the headland, and then do one more. I think we can get started. If this John Deere can pull it off, we could switch. Oh no, the case is getting used. Well, at least we can tell on this right now. Yeah, we should be able to get this done and avoid them. It's a little challenging up the hill, but we should get it all taken care of here, and they'll work on that last headland. And I think that's the last thing we want to do in May. Just finish that weeding, check on the animals, double check that the sawmill has enough goods in it. Might need to cut down a few more trees, and I might get rid of that fence finally, because I want to start using the hills trees again. Felt like it was a little quicker with the winch. All right, that is done. That little amount in the planter would have been enough. Got to buy it eventually anyways. It's June. Let's make some money. Just gotta unstrap these. $110,000. We're at 213. Let's head back home and take a look at things. I'm hoping at this point the dollar amount doesn't drop below, like, I don't know, 150,000. Still gotta buy a silo. I keep forgetting. We don't actually have to do that until we harvest in July, so hopefully we can get this grass cut pretty quick here in June. We're gonna make a bunch of silage bales, probably over $200,000 worth. The math's starting to math. I think we got this challenge. You know, and in between shutting off and turning back on the recording, I did get rid of this fence line here. I haven't added the shelves yet, or the storage yet, but we have been cutting down a few more trees over there, pulling them on over here. I did some rough math, and we have like $150,000 worth of goods sitting right here. Things are looking good, but we'll get them started on the big grass cutting. It's time to get that done. We need to find the other John Deere. Oh, it's right here. And get some fertilizer put down on a field. Or two, I believe. Yeah, we need it here and here. We need to do weeds here as well. So stuff, oh, no, we don't need that. Stuff to do while we let them get ahead on cutting the grass. It is only, you know, 5:44. So hoping to get that grass all taken care of by like noon would be really nice to have it all baled and cut. We might need to get that third tractor over here to help out. Or I could do the weeds last. We could do that. So we'll head to the new canola field. We'll get that spread with fertilizer, and then we'll spread it on here. And yeah, those weeds they're looking pretty rough. Field's coming in nice, starting to be taller than the grass. What is this, sorghum? No, this is canola, right? So we have to spray the sorghum field. Yeah, this is a canola. No weeds in here. 95% yield bonus. But this field over here, looking good. Getting some sorghum coming in. Those are they're gonna be tall boys? I don't know if I've seen it in this version of the game. But here we go. We got 2 fields to spread some fertilizer on, and then we can get to baling. And all done with the fertilizer. Pretty quick job. Let's double check those things. Yeah, looks good. Not sure if we're gonna have to buy more wrap today or if what we have is gonna get us through. We've been going through a ton doing these lately. For some reason, it never likes giving us that last one, but we'll start with this. Just a little over 7 complete rolls of wrap. So let's go in here and we will load the job, and we'll have them start at the first waypoint as well. And we'll grab this tractor and the bale trailer and just start getting those out of the way. But I need to make sure that's set correctly first. Let's stop it. And we want to, yeah, turn that back on. Glad I remembered. All right, away you go. Why did that not work? We don't need grass bales. No. Turn it on. Oh, I wish it would just say the status of what things are instead of saying what you can change it to. It's always been a gripe of mine with Farming Simulator. It confuses me. But we got a couple more bales for the goats. That'll be fine. And actually, I'll probably just go take those to the goats right now, get them out of here. And it would also probably be best to figure out which one of these two has 1,000 in it and move it. Yeah, it'll just be that left one. And you know, the inventory or capacity over at the production hasn't really been growing, so I don't think that we have anything to worry about with overproducing the goat milk. I already took 1 pallet over here this morning, so we'll get this one dropped off and then we'll take a look at that. Yeah, we still have 2,300 in here, so we had about 300 left if we didn't add more today. So it's just that number isn't massively growing, so I think we're in good shape. And I think they're eating meadow now, so, and that's why this number is not dropping so fast. Pretty cool. Just kind of thinking, we have 7 months till babies and we only have 8 of them. Let's get refreshed on what the price is going to be buying the 18-month-old ones. We could do the 6-month, but they won't produce milk for a while until they're 18 months. So what if we bought 20? How much would that cost? 25,000? I'm comfortable with that. Now we have 28 out of the 376, I believe was what that number was. Let's see if we can get that back up here. Yeah, 376 that we could get. Some brown ones too. Nice. I'm loving this. Water buffalo are pretty cool. Should I have like a pond in here for them? That'd be kind of neat. And just keeping up with the baler so that the mower never gets interfered with by getting these bales out of the way. And they're, gosh, about halfway, close to halfway done already. Looking awesome. They're on the long ups and downs. We got these small ones already done. All right, we got the bales and the mowing all in a good state to where we can start looking at this area. And I think it would be wise to probably chop this tree down if it'll let us. We got to go that high? What? I wouldn't be able to get rid of the stumps? That's crazy. Just can't carry that one. We can carry this one though. Bring it over here. No reason to delimit. It's just going to be a tiny amount anyways. And then we'll see if the stump grinder can take care of that. Can get this one too. 17,000 still in here, and out of pure laziness, if I do this, I can pick that up. That took 8 kilograms, it looks like. 8 grams or kilograms? Kilograms. Little dancing log there. And we can get this down to that small amount to be able to pick up. Yeah, we'll just go right here. So we won't have to switch out to the log forks, but yeah, we can pick this up now. So that's out of the way. We got to get the stump grinder though. So that'll be next on our task list. Yeah, those are like 300. Okay, well, let's see what else is over here. We got this one stump here, and there's probably another one around here, I would imagine. Yeah, we might just clear out some ground where the shed's gonna go anyways, so we can see that. And we'll go with this stuff just to kind of extend what we already have. Oh, it looks like that's a little different. Were we using this? Oh no, Chris. Ah, it was that one. Just kind of clear out some space here, and we can add some grass back if we want for good looks. That might be enough to then flatten, but I don't want to flatten it until we take care of those stumps because I don't know what the stumps are going to do. So let's get the stump grinder. Hopefully this has enough power to handle that, and we can get those stumps out of the way, flatten the ground, and finally get some storage for all of those pallets. Looks like they are done mowing. We can get that out of the way here once we're done here. And I think I'm going to try this on the forks ran into the ground. Uh-oh. Let's raise those. Whoops. Raise those so we can go up this. That's funny. Shouldn't be too bad. We'll switch to the back here. Get lined up a little bit better. Activate that. And gosh, just kind of move this around. Get these stumps out of the way. Gosh, it's working super good. Look at that. Just kind of touch it. Back up a hair. It's gone. Now, will it get this one? Probably raise it a little bit. Oh, piece of cake. It's like, can't we just like drive over these too? If I get it low enough? Pretty much, yeah. Why weren't we doing it this way before? Nothing to be scared about. All right, that should be good enough. Now this can just sit here. Let's go ahead and flatten this out. Right click here to match the height and then push all this dirt back. And again, I wouldn't be doing this at all, whoops, if it wasn't for the videos, making it look pretty. I think's enough. And then we'll come in here with the rocks. Try to use the same ones that they're using over here. We're just gonna go with the forest stone. Blend that around. I think that's just forest ground right there. And just kind of add it to everywhere where we really chipped away at the ground. Just to simulate that this is a mountain. And then we should go in here in sheds under silos. And we have this $10,000 one. Same one I believe we used on Riverbend Springs. Plop that there. And then start moving these pallets over. And we'll be able to just grab the ones we want just in case, you know, the prices, whoops. I don't think they peak at different times, but in case they do, we can sell them individually easier that way. Concentrate. Not bad. We'll get this all done. And last pallet to move over. Pretty good capacity in this shed too for $10,000. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this is. Now we can see our inventory really easily here now. We have 14 pallets of goat cheese and 7 pallets of bottled goat milk. Now I think it was last episode we saw a bunch of trees on this path, and I haven't gotten all of the stumps yet. Been doing a decent amount of this off camera. There's one up here. Just a few left that I need to grab, but might as well do that now. Lower it there. There we go. And that's hilarious. I was just coming over here. Pretty good timing. Was just coming over here to grab this wrap because I figured they're gonna get empty soon. It might be the netting, but we'll find out when we get over there. Now I don't think, I'll try it again, but I don't think they can take it when it's on the pallet fork. Oh, it's pretty much both. But is it gonna let me? It's gonna refill that first. Now, if we get that out of the way, I think it'll let me just purchase the other stuff. Yes, so we'll do standard, and we'll do nearest waypoints, and away they go. So we'll keep that on the tractor, but I think I will go we're gonna put the stump grinder away so we can help them move these bales. And caught up with the bales again, so I'm going to drop that there, and we're gonna head over and check on the buffalo milk, because it's like a 1-to-2 ratio to create some of the products. So if we have 500 liters, it would be enough to get 1,000 bottled milk. We might just start doing that to get some money coming in. We gotta take care of the weeds there too. We have 761, not really worth it. I'm hoping now that we have, with the extra 20 buffalo, it should start picking up a little bit. Yeah, having another building over here is nice. We need to get some more structures put up, but they cost money. This tiny little production, pretty sweet. All right, let's drop it off, and we should see it in here now when we stand over here. Yep, got the buffalo milk. Let's take a look in the production. And to kind of show you what I was talking about here, it's 10 buffalo milk to 20 buffalo milk bottled. So that is like a 1-to-2 ratio. Down here, it's 3-to-2 for mozzarella. So it's definitely worth our interest to make the bottled milk. What's kind of interesting about that, if you come over here and we go to buffalo milk, it's worth $9,600, but the bottled milk's worth $6,700, or at their peak, $11,000 and $8,000. So we are making a bonus. This number would need to be 16 for these to match. So we're making more by bottling the milk. Let's get the tanker back over, and then we'll get back to picking up bales. Just trying to find all the busy work I can do to pass time while they're baling. And we'll just get the tank back over here, ready for next time, and get back to picking up bales. Got to spend money to make money. That's what we've been doing for 2.5 years now. This is the halfway point. And just spraying off some of our equipment here. I'm going to get the weeding started while they're doing the baling, and we'll be able to just keep checking in on it. We've been keeping up with getting the bales picked up, but I think it's time to get some real work done. Starting to get some paint damage, but other than that, these mowers are in really good shape. Just looked at the statistics. We're 53 hours into this playthrough. 14 hours already on this tractor. Craziness. But while they do that, we're gonna get these weeds all taken care of, and it should be super easy with the case on here. It shouldn't struggle too bad climbing the hill. And with the weird shape here, I am gonna have this help me out. Though we can see where we've been, so maybe I didn't need it. Yeah, piece of cake. Yeah, and we got them all done. It just looks so much better without the weeds. I love doing it and not having them sprayed and dead. But one thing I did find out over here is look what the weeder did. Let's recreate this. Let's get close to it though. Did it like turn it into dirt? That's so funny. It says it's grass still. Well, I guess it doesn't tell me what the stuff on the ground is. But come over here and we lower this, and boom, it gets all dark like. Fancy. I wonder if that's intended or not. I don't know, but we're all done with the weeding. We find the funniest things in this game. So we haven't had a lot of opportunities for a good amount of feedback and help with decision making. So I'm gonna be, this is Tuesday in real life, gonna be releasing this on Wednesday. And then I don't plan on starting to record the next one until probably Thursday or Friday. So you have some time for comments all Wednesday night and Thursday morning. Should we buy the slurry tank? And should we start switching to treating the fields with slurry first until we run out, and then we buy fertilizer? Would love some feedback on that. What do you think we should do? And I'm thinking about going with this $125,000 silo. Put it like somewhere like here, just off the road a little bit, probably like right there. And it'll be center to all 4 of these fields. And it can hold up to 500,000 liters. So that's what I'm thinking. Don't want to pull the trigger on that yet until we absolutely have to, which will be in July, and probably after we sell all this silage so we know where we're sitting financially too. But either way, we're gonna spend that money. Long term, I want our house and all of our sheds and barns are gonna be in this area, but what should we do with this in the meantime? Is it worth it to just start cutting this and baling it? Not even planting here, just cut it every time it grows? It's another thing. Let me know what you think. All right, 15,000 wood. We have plenty in the dairy. Animal-wise, they have plenty of food. They've gone through 34,000, or we had 40,000 there. They've gone through about 6,000, so we'll keep an eye on that. Sheep have plenty of food as well. Good harvest. We could harvest some soybeans. It's just pennies, though, compared to this challenge. I need to figure out if this is a course play setting that's causing them to stop at the end of each one to wrap these. I think it's added like 10 minutes, I swear, to this whole process. I'm gonna cruise around and kind of pick up some of these loose ends here and see if we can get them. Maybe get another bale doing this. I know there's a bunch over there. We'll see if that dark stuff will actually pick up, but 202 minus 34 is what we just did. Not too bad. I was wondering if we can get 2 more bales out of all this loose stuff. Possibly. There's the first one. And we know we have a lot more straight ahead of us, so I don't know. We'll see. Now, is this dark stuff going to let us pick it up? That'll be interesting. I have a feeling it's just like a cosmetic thing. Yeah. Oh, it vanished. Interesting. Yeah, I have no clue why that would do that. Grab this little bit and then we'll circle back and do that second headland that looks like just missed a little bit. And we should be able to get another 1,000 liters out of that and get that other bale. And loading the back chamber now. So just under 1,000 to go, about 800. And there it is. That'll be good for now. Get this put away, get these other bales picked up, and then it's just time to put some fertilizer down in this field. Only 1 o'clock. We'll have to remember 1:15 is when the last bale got wrapped. No way I'll remember that when we start recording next time. And fertilizer is going down. Really did all the chores I want to do, so this is going to be the last thing we do in this episode. I want to thank everybody for hanging out this far into the video. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. Support the channel so you can get notified, or yeah, I guess hit the bell too to get notified when the videos go live. Channel members do get these a little earlier than everyone else. Roughly about 24 hours before they go public. But that's going to do it for today. I'm Socksway Up. Thanks for hanging out.